So, give us a little bit on your background, my friend, for folks that haven't heard you on the show before.
Okay, so I was born in Italy. I moved to Canada in 2009, and basically I started my music project in Italy in 2006. I found a kind of band, but in Canada everything basically started from scratch, and there I was able to live with my music because on one point I was really looking for gigs, everything, and I passed an audition to play in the subway of the city with a license. In this moment, I have the license number two. It's something very professional, very precise. It's really organized, and somehow it's a fantastic job. So from that moment, I had the opportunity to play basically every day. You have your schedule, and from that moment on I was be able to be focused on my music project.
We have got a great guest with us today. So, tell us how we find you on social media, websites, all these things.
Sure. So my website that basically I update daily, it's tozantoniopiretti.com. I can spell it TOZ. Then there is my name, Antonio, Antonio, and my surname is piretti.com. But if you look on Google, no, just dialing TOZ Antonio Piretti, Piretti, you can find everything. I am basically in all the main social media like Facebook, Twitter, of course, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, everything, Bandcamp. So, yeah, you can find LinkedIn. You can find easily the social media that you like.
Fantastic. So, talk to us a little bit about your music. You mentioned you're going to be getting ready for an upcoming tour. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I released my new album that is called 3. And to promote the album, I had the idea a couple of years ago to organize this tour that is called Not Only a Currency, because we will go, me, my wife, and also my little daughter, we will go in 16 countries in Europe, okay, starting from Lisbona at the beginning of April, finishing in Athens, in Greece at the beginning of July, and I will pedal 120 kilometers per day, an average 120 kilometers per day with my bike, honestly with the bike of one partner, and my wife will drive the camper. So basically we will move and we will have concerts in every country, and the basic idea is also this one. In Europe, we are using as a currency, it's called euro. But honestly talking, the countries are not exactly united. So since in general, I try to send out a message that collaboration and union is the main force to become better and to reach better results, I said, okay, at least let's try to send out a positive message saying, let's try to not be just only a currency, but to collaborate a little bit better together. This is the main message. So there is a new album, there is the tour, and the tour is particular because there is the bicycle and the guitar.
Yes, explain this concept of the bicycle part of it, because
yeah.
I am fascinated by this. Tell me a little bit about this, my friend.
So everything started years ago because I had a kind of, I don't want to say a bet with yourself. So I was in Toronto in Canada, and all the time I was thinking, well, my opinion, I can cover the distance between Vancouver and Halifax, no? And you think about that, you say about that, and then one day I said, do you know what? let's try. No, so we organized in 2017, so basically 3 years ago, a tour, also me and my wife, that was called From the Roots in the Right Direction. Why from the roots? Because pedaling, okay, using the bicycle, it's a human action, really human. You don't need to have a car. You just take a bicycle and you pedal. And then also playing voice and guitar, it's really natural. It's really the way how the song were created. So we went from Vancouver they're in the right direction because we were supporting charities. Okay, so we went from Vancouver to Halifax. We started at the end of April. We arrived the 4th of July, I remember, in Halifax, and we had gigs in the main cities. It was really, really, really cool. And at the end, you can find all this info on my website. You just check on the section tours, and you will find all the tours that I made. And so there is also this one in 2017. At the end, we covered 6,038 kilometers. I had an average of 140 kilometers per day, and I was resting 2 days per week in average, okay? And usually I had gigs in the weekend, and everything was smooth, was good. But I had at the beginning a little problem because I couldn't move perfectly 2 fingers of my left hand because I had the ulnar nerve entrapped, no? Probably from the bicycle, the pressure and everything. This time, in 2020, I want to be more careful about this. So basically in 2017, for 3 or 4 gigs, I was forced to sing on basses, no? On instrumental music. I couldn't play. I couldn't do chords if you can't move your finger. But from the second part of the tour, I recuperated. But this time, I will have a bicycle that will have the amortization in front. So I will take more care about all the vibration, all the bumps that the hands, they have to face somehow. So, yeah, I'm positive.
Well, I'll tell you, you have got a heck of a deal. I appreciate you making time for us today. Before we let you go, how do people find you online?
Online, yeah, you have to, as I said before, you have to dial my name, TOZ Antonio Piretti. Then just Google is showing its window.